It's Anthony, Antoine, Realistic, whatever you want to call me, bro. And I'm starting a little podcast today. Today's episode one or whatever it's called. Um, so basically today I'm going to be talking about stress, and this podcast is basically going to be talking about how how to deal with emotions that you just can't really fathom with or deal with at the time. So I don't think I used that word right, but it's alright. So stress. Stress is a buildup of emotions over time and buildup of anxiety and worriness and all the bad things that you really don't want to hear, want to hear in your ear. The voices be telling you, oh, please don't do this, but do this at the same time, And it's kind of crazy, dealing with stress and all this. So, hopefully this helps. And so I'm going to start it yeah, probably about now. Um, so stress, it's a very weird thing to deal with. There's like various coping mechanisms and various skills that you can use to, you know, decide like how to feel or how to be, And one of the things I use if I ever get angry with stress or worried with stress is I just put, ice cubes in my hands, so I don't punch things, or I don't feel like I have the need to punch things because your hands are, they're really hot, and like when you're like really mad or whatever. That's for me, I guess. But there's other things too, like crying is a good mechanism because it just lets everything out. And sports, music, funny YouTube videos, just something to take your mind off all the stress and all the worry and all the anxiety, everything that makes you feel like the world's weighing down on you. You have to um you have to just make sure the pressure just isn't building up to a point where you're like, oh, I'm about to just break, because you don't want your soul to break, because it's like one of the worst things that can happen to you. You can end up being like me. I've had multiple breaks in my life, and I kind of don't feel very many emotions. So it's kind of a sad thing. I deal with like things every day, like people crying and people coming to me for advice. And to be honest, I don't know what I'd be saying most of the time. I just be talking to the best of my ability, and I don't be feeling much, And it's kind of hurtful at the same time because even though I don't feel anything, I still want to be there for them, and I still want to do everything for them, and I want to, be there to support them and have their back for whatever. So, I mean, stress and anxiety, they're very similar, and stress can be a buildup of multiple emotions. Anxiety can be the same thing. Worry is a very big factor in that. Little things like student debt, or you know, um, just like family issues. They can cause a lot of stress and a lot of worry. And I've had a lot of stress and worry in my life, but that doesn't really mean anything, because we're all people at the end of the day. We all bleed the same. We all cut the same. Um, we're not all the same person. I understand that for sure, but stress is just something that's blocking our gateway to happiness, or happiness as people call it. To be honest, nowadays I really don't think happiness is real, but that's for another story, another topic on another day. So, stress and anxiety, a lot of things can be built up. It can be like, oh snap, like people at my job are starting quitting, and we're going to be short-handed, and people are running late, and or it can be like, I don't really have any much no school clothes to wear, or why don't these girls like me? And it can be a lot of things. And to be honest, you just gotta take your mind off it. You gotta think about the positive. Okay, so think about like if you're working at like say like Starbucks or something. Be like, if people are running late, then you'll probably get more tips. If there's people more quitting, you'll probably get more tips or something like that. If you're worrying about school clothes, man, just dress comfortably, just like you feel like how you want to dress. I don't care if it's tacky. People call it tacky. Everything's tacky to people, but I don't care. Me personally, I don't care about anything. I dress comfortably. I dress how I need to, feel. Cause as somebody who's a little bit overweight and struggling with body image, I just try to dress, to make me feel like I'm just safe everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So like shorts, a hoodie, comfortable sneaks and some socks. Just something that's nice. And it's just you just gotta feel like you gotta be you, man. And like if you like struggling over a girl, man, like to be honest, I don't really into religious type stuff, but like if it was really meant to be, like she really be with you, like right, like whenever. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta trust the process, and people been saying that a lot for like sports teams and basketball, and like Ben Simmons, and which he's garbage by the way, and Joel Embiid, and a lot of other prospects, and you gotta trust the process. They'll win a championship eventually. I mean, this year, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of coronavirus, a lot of injury. LeBron got injured a lot. AD got injured a lot for the Lakers, and you know, you just gotta see it past it. And yeah, the stress and worry is the same thing. Like it will hinder you a little bit. It will make you less likely to feel a certain type of way, but that doesn't mean anything. You can still be happy. You can still smile. You can still laugh. You can still cry. You can still giggle. You can do whatever you need to. You can feel anger if you need to, but that's all right. You know, people like me who really don't feel much. Uh, it's kind of difficult to be us or be me, whatever. Which people say a lot. It's like, oh, it's so difficult to be me. I don't want to be me no more. Like, well, you kind of have to be you. You can't be nobody else, cause whatever. But as I was saying, like, you just don't want to cut off your emotions too far. Like, I used to feel everything. Like, when an animal died, or like when an animal cried, or something is just stupid. Like my pizza roll dropped on the ground, or something stupid like that. Man, I used to feel just so upset by that, and I just used to feel like, the world was against me, and I used to feel like life was terrible. And to be honest, I felt like that way for a long time. And when I realized that it was too late, it was too late, because nowadays I don't really feel much. Sad videos don't make me cry. Anything, there's really hardly many things that can make me cry nowadays, and I don't really feel anger as much. I just feel kind of neutral about everything, and maybe that has to do something with medications, or maybe it has to do something with the way I feel on the inside, or my brain chemistry, or whatever it may be. But anyways, um, you have to accept who you are. And what if that girl don't like you, man? Like, there's probably other girls that look the same or even better, like more better than her. Like, that's probably not even proper English, but anyways, there's probably bigger fish to catch out in the sea. You can't be focusing on the little negative things, like a little stress, little worry, little ire. I don't think I'm using that word right either. I learned that from Latin class. But anyways, you can't be worrying about the little things like stress, like you can't be worrying about that stuff. So what? Yeah, like, I don't really don't. Like I said it before, I don't really believe in, like, this God type stuff. Like, I believe somebody's there, but I just don't know who's there. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if God or whoever's there decided, they need to work shorthanded today, that means he's putting pressure on you to see if you're gonna fold or not, to see if you're gonna be the person who he made you to be. And I've had many dreams where I've done things that I didn't want to be, and I didn't want to be in a situation where I didn't want to do anything like that. So yeah, just you have to trust the process, and you have to do what you need to do what you have to do, but don't ever doubt yourself, because stress, worry, anxiety, all that stuff it starts a little bit from doubt. Working shorthanded. Oh, they're gonna we're gonna run so short. We're gonna be really bad today. Like that, you're just doubting yourself. For your clothes looking bad, like who cares? You're just doubting yourself. The girl don't like you. So what? You're just doubting yourself. You look good, man. Look good, woman. Whoever it is. Okay. Um. Just be you. Stop being other people, and stop worrying about little things that don't matter, right? And worry about who really you are. Me personally, I have to focus on working like with other people and focusing on other people, because if I focus on myself too much, I'm gonna fall deep into this like bottomless pit and fill in the void, which I'm already kind of in at the moment, but I'm trying to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? And Mike Tyson was talking about one time where he has all these medals, all these ring belts, and all these things, and that really means nothing to him. He has a bigger priority, and y'all need to really be focused on the bigger priorities here. So what if the girl don't like you? So what if the lady says, "Oh, your clothes are ugly, your clothes are tacky"? So what if she says your pet is ugly? Who cares, man? Because at the end of the day, their judgment doesn't matter. Nobody's judgment matters but yours, okay? And if you can't get that through your head, then I don't know what's gonna get through your head. Like, this whole podcast is about uplifting and being right. So I'll see you next time. Goodbye.